This is what Halloween looked like at Cambridge University. If you saw the last video, you'll have seen that we are in desperate need of doing some work, so I unfortunately had to catch up the lecture literally in bed in the first couple of minutes. But after that, I headed into the shower, got sorted out, put on a pretty decent outfit, if I may say so myself. It was colder than expected because we're now in October, so that's Headed into town then, Cambridge looking as good as ever, even when it's grey and dreary like most of Britain. And the only blooming frightening thing about Halloween this year is the price of all that. $9.67, you taking the mick? I was absolutely fuming. But anyway, heading back to college now, sort myself out, chuck everything back in the fridge so I could actually get a nice little lunch on the go. I mean, it's brunch at this point because I'd woken up so late. Headed in to wake up Alfie Whisker, fellow stupid student. Not awake. Fantastic effort from the boy. Time to make some scrambled eggs. I'm starting to treat myself, and while I put that on, I did a bit of work because I'm productive. As you can see, the scrambled egg and sausages looking unbelievable, and once I'd finished cooking that up, I decided to get on with a little bit more work. I was catching up on a few lectures, taking a few notes, getting ready for supervisions, and with that done and out of the way, onto the editing for the video. And with the A-roll sorted, just like that, I decided to treat myself with a cheeky bit of chess. If you're interested, check out this video up here about whether chess makes you smarter. I made that a few years ago. Linking videos, guys. Yeah? Anyway, packed my bag and ready to head out. Whack the jacket on. Time to storm out into the lectures. It then did unfortunately start absolutely pissing it down with rain, so I looked like a wet rat more than usual, although the cam was at least still looking quite nice, even with the umbrellas and punts out. That's why when you look at me here, I was cold, wet, angry and sleep deprived. But I managed to power through like the strong soldier that I am. All the people with hoods, stupid. I decided to just go without a hood and get soaking wet and get hypothermia, so that was ideal. But in the end, in good time and slightly sodden, I did manage to make it into the Department of Zoology, which is what I'm doing this year. And don't I look relieved. So I decided to fly into the tea room, use my free token of coffee for the day, put that down. I did finally figure out this year that the machine on the left is actual milk and the machine on the right is powdered milk. So I used the right stuff this time, and fueled with my cappuccino, I decided to get on with some conservation science. All very interesting stuff, if not slightly gloomy at times, learning about how the world is completely and utterly fucked. But we are also learning about how we can try and save that. So it's quite nice. I'm quite enjoying the structure of the course, and with the help of caffeine getting me through, admittedly. On to lunch, bit of fuel for the day. I'll be honest with you, it looks pretty terrible, and it tasted mediocre. So it's very beige, it's bits of sausage, rice, onion, soy sauce that I found, but nice enough. With that, I went into genetic correlations in behaviour. What a fantastic lecture. Really enjoyed that one, actually. That was pretty cool, although some of it did go over my head. And then back to back, straight into marine solutions. So that was pretty cool. We were looking at stuff with the ocean about how we can try and help stop overfishing, overexploitation, and try and regenerate coral reefs and stuff. That was very interesting and slightly more optimistic, which I quite enjoyed. And with that, it was time to head to a supervision. There I am, looking ready to go. Oh yeah, I saw some of this art. This was pretty wicked. I hadn't seen it before, but it looked really cool. Thought I'd film it. And with that, it was time to head back home. The day of lectures and supervisions was done. Walking back through Cambridge at night is actually quite nice. I really don't mind that the time has gone back an hour, or whatever you say. Like, it's actually quite pretty in the evening. Well, maybe that's just really wet of me. But I headed back, and of course, you know, there's only one thing I could do. I had to do some more work, right? Yeah, get pranked. I did some chess, and with that, I decided actually I'd done a lot of hard work, beat somebody else, and shushed the camera, nicely done seal, and then I went to bed and woke up looking like that. So that's great. And everyone was in the kitchen getting ready for a night of Halloweening. So I cooked up some authentic Italian food, a random chicken pasta thing. Cooked it up, chucked it in a bowl, and look who I found next to me. Alfie Whisker. What a man. Time for the taste test. It is steaming hot, which I didn't realise from all the steam coming off it, so I did scald the inside of my mouth, unfortunately. But that's okay, we moved on, and it tasted great, so everyone's a winner. There we are, got it down me. Alfie Whisker chugging some milk from a carton. I mean, that's a sorry sight at the very least. But dinner was done, outfit was on. If you can't guess, it's Bear Grylls, guys. It's Bear Grylls. There's my own pig in a bottle, and some cargos as well. A couple of drinkies from the local. And with that, we were ready for a wonderful night out. Went to Sellers, standard affair, and we left Sellers pretty quick as well. Headed to a house party we've invited to. over Clyde Bridge late at night, looking very spooky. Then got haunted by the site of the library, which I haven't been to in about a week, which is fantastic. But it's Halloween, so I let myself off, and we marched on to the next party.
Looking slightly drunk in this video, to be honest with you.
I'm not looking at my very best. Also need to shave. I look disgusting. And that was another house party done. On to the final house party. Not really sure what I'm waffling to about the camera there, but probably saying something profound. And here we are. Right, good night. Time to head back, I reckon.
I'm ready for Domino's.
Domino's, bring it on. We didn't order Domino's, we went back and sat sadly and drank a few more drinks. Chuck a horror film on. Halloween. If you enjoyed that, check out this video here.
With all the joy in my face.
In a bit.